Hello, cinephiles, movie lovers, and everybody in between. This is Dr. M. Shroom coming back to you for part two of From Dusk Till Dawn with Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez in 1996. This one isn't going to be too long today. I meant to get this out sooner, but I wasn't really feeling very good the last couple of days, and I didn't want to get on here and be like, ugh. So, last week, I left you with a kind of an ending scene where they start to kind of win the fight. We'll take another look at that.
Vampire killers. Let's kill some vampires.
Okay, since you've seen that a couple of times now, I'm not going to go into kind of too much what happens, how they do get out, but I'll give away spoilers if I start telling how they actually ended up getting out. When they get out of the bar, they actually meet the guy they've been trying to meet the whole time, that Seth and Richie Gecko have been trying to meet. They meet Carlos, who is again played by Cheech Marin, which is his third part that he's playing in this movie, and they just kind of they do a deal. They get some cash, give some cash. So watch this scene, and you'll see Cheech Marin again as you're used to seeing him.
What the fuck was going on in there?
Okay, this next scene is the one I really wanted to get to. It's it answers a lot of questions. If you don't want, this is kind of a spoiler, a little bit of one. But if you don't want to see that, just jump forward about a minute and a half, and we'll go to the scorecards. This end scene, if you know your ancient civilization history, which I'm very much into, you'll see that this bar was actually built on top of an Aztec or an Incan pyramid temple. It has the steps and everything, and you'll actually see a whole graveyard behind it, including everything from old cars to semi-truck trailers. It's hard to identify everything in there, but there's a lot of ancient things too. Like there's a conquistador armor and helmets. There's some skulls on sticks with feathers and stuff from earlier time periods in ancient history. So it really kind of tells you that these vampires have been doing this in this bar, or at least at this pyramid, for thousands of years. So if you know anything about the Aztecs or the Incans, they had a big thing to do with blood, which is what vampires live on. So like Aztecs, whenever they would give human sacrifices, there was actually several accounts of the streets running with blood because they were killing so many people trying to appease a god. So if you'll look at this end scene, just kind of, I'll leave it on there for a while. I'll maybe even play it twice. Just try to look at some of the items that are in this pit, and you'll see what I'll talk about whenever they're very old. And so they've been doing this for a long time. Check this out.
Hot air hangs like a dead man from a white oak tree. People sitting on porches thinking how things used to be. Dark night. It's a dark night. Dark night. It's a dark night.
Whenever this scene came up, I literally out loud said, "Oh my god," because I understood everything about it. I mean, like I said, this movie does go from like one end of the spectrum to the other, a crime thriller turning into a fight with vampires. Odd, but it works. It's so much fun. Another thing I want to say about this movie is it's very much a guy movie. Like from the beginning to the end, there's just some things that are said that I don't think women are going to enjoy. If you do find a girl, there's only one girl I actually know personally that would enjoy every step of this movie, and she knows who she is. But it's very much a guy movie. So if you can convince your girl or a girl to watch it, more power to you. But if you can go into the scorecards on this, I'm going to give the directing a big O 7 out of 10, just because of it's kind of oddly shot. It's a lot of it was done in one take, and it does move from one end to the other, which I enjoyed, but it was weird. It's like you get into the movie and you're like, this isn't the movie I ordered, but I'm way too invested to complain. And you kind of want to know what happens at the end, like if it could change again. Um, with the writing, I didn't know how to score this. I'm going to give it an 8 because I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the change. I did enjoy that you don't really know what's going to happen next. There was a lot of fodder, which I like. You get to know a character, and then they aren't that character anymore. The thing with Cheech Marin actually playing that might be more of a cast area, but I like that he played three different characters, and I'm not sure why. I looked that up as much as I could and researched on why they got Cheech to play three characters, but he fit all three of those characters very well, just proving that Cheech Marin isn't just a pothead, isn't just a random Mexican that you throw in a movie for nostalgia, but he can actually play multiple different characters and do them very well. With the score, there wasn't too many songs in this movie in the score that I actually that I knew, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to all the music. There's scenes where they're driving down the road and you can hear the radio going. It was just good music there. I actually downloaded the soundtrack to see if I was really liking the movie and the music just fit. But I listened to the whole soundtrack and I really enjoyed that. It's just great music. I usually don't give the score a big number, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because like one, I didn't recognize a lot of the songs, but they fit and they're fun to listen to. It just gives another facet to it that just it fits and makes it work. The cast was great. I mean, like I said, Quentin Tarantino likes to work with a lot of the same people, so you have Harvey Keitel in it, and then of course Tarantino plays Richie Gecko, but I've never seen George Clooney in another Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm not sure why, but George Clooney he plays kind of like the criminal that you see in Oh Brother Where Art Thou. Very calculated, thinks a lot. Probably thinks he's a little smarter than he actually is, but he is intelligent. The rest of the cast, like I said, was a lot of fodder, just for the canon. But there is a lot of smaller characters that you love to see in films just because they're fun to watch. Danny Trejo as Razor Charlie. Like I said, Cheech Marin playing three separate parts: a border guard, the host, and kind of the hype man. And then he plays Carlos in the end that you just watched. Selma Hayek did a great job. She was she actually has quite a number of lines in the middle of the fight, towards the beginning, of course. But she's fun to watch, and she did a great job playing who she played, which was like the kind of this head vampire slash stripper. Juliette Lewis, who plays Kate Fuller, I think she did a phenomenal job. She's fun to watch, and she actually went on to do a lot more things, just not really in a role like this. And she's a little cheesy because at one part she uses a crossbow, and there was only like 6 shots in this crossbow, and I think I counted that she shot it like 9 or 10 times. And I don't know if you've ever shot a crossbow. I've only done it once. You're not accurate from the jump, and she never misses. I mean, shooting vampires in the head. So maybe she's just a natural at a crossbow, and I'm just terrible. But with that, that's from Dusk Till Dawn. I hope you watch it. It's just a really good film. Um, I'll watch it countless more times in the future. I enjoyed watching it the 3 times that I did. I do have a confession to make. I actually had all of this filmed on the day that I released the part one, but I forgot to turn the microphone on for the last 2 parts for the ending. I was done filming with the day. I was tired, and it just didn't sound good without the microphone on. So I actually just decided to break it up in 2 parts. It was also going to be well over 20 minutes. And I really don't like to go over 10 to 12 minutes. And last time it was 16 minutes as it was. So, I don't expect everyone to watch something for 20 minutes of me talking about a movie with some movie clips thrown in. So in the future, I'll be better about that. I don't think I'll do any more 2 parts unless I'm going to play this end scene again. If you would please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave me a comment or something on there or on Instagram. It'll be up tonight. With that, this is Dr. Shroom. I'm out.
Dark night. It's a dark night.